Hey folks, how's it going? We're approaching the middle part of 2.7, which puts us about a couple of months away from Sumeru. This means there's choices to be made here. I've been saving fates a lot and I've ended up with 450 of them, which should let me be safe for about 4 to 5 new 5 stars between now and 3.6. Rolling for Venti was a half mistake, but I don't regret it too much. I was kind of expecting to lose that 50-50, but Venti turned out to be quite nice. After rolling for a couple more 4 stars, I'm left with 30 pulls until another 50-50 PT, and I've got to admit, Yelan looks pretty damn hot. Still, coming this close to Sumeru puts her in a bit of a weird spot, especially if MiHoYo repeats the madness that was the 2.0 release. Kazuha one patch earlier, then Ayaka and Yoimiya, followed by Raiden and Kokomi, with the promise of Yae coming sometime later. That was a bit too much for my Primogems. I really hope that they're going to pace themselves this time, cause I don't want to skip another character I like again. So far, it looks like 2.8 will be just dedicated to Heizo, a 4-star anemo pugilist, which means it will likely be rerun central. The oldest banners at this point are Klee and Kazuha, both seen last in 1.6, followed by Yoimiya from 2.0, Child in 2.2, and Eula in 2.3. Klee and Eula I already have, and I don't much care for Child, but I would very much like to be able to roll for the other 3. Yelan looks like a more offensive Zincho, but while they share the spot of off-field aggro damage, a second Zincho isn't really going to hurt. Not just for running 2-wave teams in Abyss, but for all the multi-team events as well. Kazuha has been on my wishlist for a while. With 800 Elemental Mastery, he brings a 32% elemental damage increase on top of a convenient pool for lighter enemies. C6 Sucrose does something similar, but her boost is only 20% and only lasts while her burst is up. He would be a pretty good upgrade, and even with Dendro approaching, I don't think he'll be power crept by the new reactions. Then we come to Yoimiya, the one character I actually regret skipping. If I knew Yae would have only been released in 2.5, I would have picked her up as well, despite not getting a nice first impression of her gameplay. Why? Her voice actress. I am absolutely head over heels for Kana Ueda's Kansai accent, and every time Yoimiya opens her mouth, it just puts a huge smile on my face. I don't even care that I already have Klee, Hu Tao and a level 60 D-look I could build as a pyro DPS. Yoimiya would literally make my day brighter by existing, and it hurts to even think about skipping her a second time. Still, 3 new 5 stars right before Sumeru might screw me over when it comes to the new releases. I would still be fine for a worst case scenario Kusanali in 3.1, but I would only be covered for 2 more 5 stars until 3.6. So what can we expect from Sumeru? Sino has been in the original regional trailer, so he should be lined up for release, and the webtoon points towards Collei as well. Other than them, we've had Baizu carry a Dendro Vision for the longest time, while Yao Yao has one piece of official art and a couple of mentions in characters' voice lines. These last 2 are from Liyue though, so I wouldn't expect them to be released before 3.2 or 3.3 at least. The rumor mill has also been bringing up a plethora of new characters. A Dendro boy called Tignari, a new cryo DPS, Scaramouche and Capitano possibly becoming playable, as well as a new Honkai-inspired character based on Su. To round out this sausage party, there's rumors of a red-headed dancer called Nilo, apparently a hydro healer, a pyro woman with cat ears, and another question mark character with Klee-like elf ears. For a lot of them there's no mention of which rarity they're going to be, but the number alone is quite impressive. At this point, I don't know if I won't roll for anyone else other than Kusanali, maybe just the cat-eared pyro woman, but I would need to see some drip marketing before deciding. On the bright side, it looks like I can do a few pulls now and in 2.8, since I'll have plenty of time to save later. So, if I win Yelan's 50-50, Mamilan steps on me as I get a new off-field support for multi-team content. The next 5-star worst case scenario will be at 180 pulls though. If I lose the 50-50, Yelan is going to extort upwards to 100 pulls to be dragged home. I'll be left with 390 for 2.8 and 460 for 3.0. Skipping Kazuha or Yoimiya would still leave me safe for 3 new worst case scenario 5 stars between 3.0 and 3.4, going back up to 180 pulls in 3.7. If I lose the 50-50, I could even just stop and save the guaranteed 80 pulls for Yoimiya. Alternatively, I could skip Yelan and do the PT check on the Kazuha banner. If I manage to win that, I would be free to go all in on Yoimiya and still have 4 more picks in Sumeru. Losing it would just mean having a few less rolls in Sumeru, but I'm not giving up on Yoimiya. Thinking about it, I could just skip Kazuha again. I've been able to 36 star a beast ever since I got Ayaka in 2.0, as well as max out the scores on all the challenge events since. A bit of extra damage would sure be lovely, but I'm not really into speedrunning, and clearing abyss floors with 30 to 40 seconds left on the clock is already more than enough. On the other hand, I do like the idea of a possible Yoimiya, Dendro, likely Kusanali, Yunjin and Yelan team. I guess I'll be grabbing Yelan for the time being, then wait for the 2.8 banner announcements to see if Yoimiya actually makes it in. Realistically, I should be able to roll for whoever at this point. Counting on soft PTs and half the 50-50 lost, I should actually be able to get Yoimiya, Kazuha, Yelan, and then 5 more 5 stars from Sumeru. This is a bit of an optimistic view though, and we all know how RNG likes to mess with people, which is why I usually only consider the worst case scenario for these things. You know you can be safe if things can't literally get any worse. Alright then, I guess that's going to be it for me for the moment. I'm going to grab myself a Yelan and hope to see a few nice designs coming our way with Sumeru. As always, thanks a lot for watching and see you soon. Ciao!